When the printer is turned on, the dashboard screen appears. Printer status is shown in the top right. Primed idle indicates the printer is online and ready to print. Ink levels are shown for each color. When material is loaded in the printer, the unwinder and rewinder roll diameter values are shown here. The media speed will show the print speed when jobs are processed. This section allows you to select the print speed. The selected speed will be a different color. You can select the units here, inches or millimeters. Total ink usage is shown in this section. Total printed length and total printed pages are shown here. The job library shows the print jobs that have been ripped. They can be sorted by date or name. They can be shown in a list or grid layout. To print an image, select the file. A checkbox will appear in the upper left corner. Click on the Print selected box. The job will appear on the dashboard. Click Start to begin printing. To get information about a file, click on the Edit icon in the lower right corner. Here you can see ink cost and ink usage, per label and per job. On the maintenance screen, a login is required. First, we will review the operator login. In the Print Engine panel, you will see information about the engine state and software version details. Notifications will show the last engine error message. Media type under Media Sensor Settings sets the type of media you are using, gap, black mark, or continuous. No pullback is for continuous media. The media will not move back to the print position after printing is completed. Once the selection is made, press the Set button. Positioning offset is used to change the print start position when using die cut or black mark media. Once the number is entered, click the Set button. The ink tank section shows information about each of the ink tanks. In the engine section, you can shut down or initialize the printer. Selecting Shut Down will turn off the printer. The printer state will change to off. Initialize will turn on the printer, and the state will change to primed idle. Under Cleaning, you can select Light or Medium. This will engage the wiper module and clean the printhead. It is best to start with light and move on to medium, if necessary. Under Position, you can move the print head to the cap or raise position. If the print head needs to be moved to the raised position for maintenance, remember to move it back to cap to prevent dehydration. Under Printhead, there is the option to prime or deprime the printer. Prime will fill the ink lines with ink. Deprime will remove ink from the lines, allowing for printhead replacement. Replace wiper is used when a new wiper module needs to be installed. On the PLC panel, system status is shown in the top left corner. Printing speed can be set on this screen as well. You can select the speed by pressing one of the percentage buttons or by manually adjusting the slider bar. The notification section will display any error messages. Pressing the Clear Errors button will clear the errors. The information section will display system status. The movement buttons control the movement of the material. Start and Stop will start and stop movement. Pressing the forward button changes direction to reverse. Pressing it again changes it back to forward. Pullback is used to move the media back to the print position if no pullback is selected under sync mode. The forward speed is set in the speed section. Reverse movement is a constant 6 meters per minute. The minimum diameter for the unwinder and rewinder can be set here. When the unwinder value is reached, the printer will stop printing. Pressing the air button will inflate each mandrel. Web tension is set here. Depending on the material, this may need to be adjusted slightly. In Tools, Reload Job Library will run a reload of the files in the main job library. Start Housekeeping Routine will clean up older files in the job library, based on system settings. Replace AES filter is selected when the filter has been replaced. This will reset the counter that tracks ink usage for each AES filter. Under Statistics, you can see details about the jobs that have been completed. If the email settings have been configured, pressing Send will email these details within the date range selected. Under System Information, software version information is displayed, along with the disk storage usage. Print until jobs are queued will automatically print the next job in the queue if job chaining is not enabled. Mid-job service page count trigger will run a clean after the number of pages entered are printed. Mid-job service length trigger will run a clean when the number of meters entered are printed. Typically, only one of these values is set. When medium-level mid-job service or medium-level initial job service are enabled, a medium-level cleaning will take place at these times. Use anti-static bar is enabled if an anti-static bar is installed. Use metric sets the default unit of measure to metric or imperial. Printer identifier is a unique name for the printer. This value cannot be changed. Language sets the language displayed in the UI. Minimum roll A diameter and maximum roll B diameter can be set here. When these numbers are reached, the printer will pause printing. Performance mode will automatically set the printer to the fastest possible speed based on image resolution. Support videos will display the support videos available for this printer. Sessions will display a list of active sessions. On the Settings tab, the network information is displayed. Under Interface, you can reboot or shut down the internal PC. You can also restart individual components of the system. Next, we will review the admin settings. Log out by selecting the user icon in the upper right corner. Log in as admin. In Print Engine, the information in the top section is the same as operator. Printhead will show details related to the installed printhead. Under Print Engine, there are settings for KWS, Keep Wet Spit. Increasing these numbers will increase the amount of ink the printhead spits in the background during printing. In the cleaning section, Heavy is an option as admin. It is recommended that Heavy only be used as a last resort. Light and medium cleans should be completed first. Under Position, the printhead assembly can be moved to the cap, print, or raise position. Under Printing, a print job can be stopped or the print queue cleared. Under Printhead, Index Wiper and Circulate Ink are available. Index Wiper will advance the wiper roller material. Circulate Ink will move ink through the printer. This takes up to 20 minutes and should only be done when directed by a certified technician. Here, the Print Engine firmware can be reset. This should only be done under advisement from a certified technician. Under PLC, the top section is the same as operator. Diameter calibration is used to calibrate the sensor distance to the unwind mandrel. Normally this does not need to be adjusted, but can be done here if necessary. Digital I/O allows control over certain functions in the printer. These are advanced features and should only be used under guidance of an authorized technician. Under Tools, an admin can send a test email or create a test file if email and Samba share fields are configured in the printer. Reload Job Library will refresh the files listed in the main library. Start Housekeeping Routine will clean up old files in the library based on system settings. Sync module time zone, date, and time will sync these fields in the print engine with the values set in the printer. Replace AES filter is selected when the filter has been replaced. This will reset the counter that tracks ink usage for each AES filter. Statistics is the same under admin as operator, but does include more details on ink usage. Reports can be generated for each color. Under System Information, software version information is displayed, along with the disk storage usage. Under Settings, the admin has access to additional features. We will review these features. With job chaining enabled, all the jobs on the dashboard will be printed without stopping. This is on by default. Allow inter-page ejections will eject a small amount of ink in between pages, keeping the nozzles hydrated. This is on by default. Ink cost is the cost of 1 liter of ink. This value is used in the ink cost calculation. Clean before print will perform a clean before each print job. Air before movement start will automatically apply air to each mandrel before media movement. Print module auto start stop will automatically start the initialization or shutdown process of the print engine when the system is booted up or shut down. When module fault recovery is enabled, the print engine will attempt to reinitialize after a fault. The number of retries is set in the fault recovery attempts field. Spit in flight is enabled by default and should not be turned off. Recovery after idle maintenance is the time between print jobs when a light clean will not be run before printing. At 180 minutes, if there is more than 180 minutes between print jobs, a light clean will occur at the start of the next job. Cutter install will be enabled if a cutter module is installed on the printer. Report interval is how often reports will be generated. Enabling error notifications will send an email when there is an error with the printer. Email settings will need to be configured. Enabling file reports will send a file to a local shared folder on the network. Samba settings will need to be configured. Enabling email reports will send an email with the usage report attached. This will be in a CSV format. Email settings will need to be configured. Report format sets the report format to a specific version. Configure the Samba settings to allow files to be sent to a local shared folder. Configure the email settings to allow files or notifications to be emailed to individuals. CSV separator is the character used in the CSV reports. Time zone, date pattern, and time pattern can be set here. Web tensioning distance is the distance in millimeters that the web will move forward after a pull back. Turn on the media sensor light if the gap sensor light is turning on over label stock, not over the gap. Days to keep unused stored jobs will set the number of days to keep unused stored jobs in the main job library. Low ink percentage is the percentage of ink remaining when a low ink warning will be displayed. Interpage spit bar height is the number of rows of each color that are printed in between prints if this feature is enabled. Normally these are set to 0, unless directed by an authorized service technician. Encoder ticks per inch is set at the factory and should not be changed. Media sensor polarity changes the way the gap sensor detects the gap or black mark. Normally, this will not be changed. Under User Settings, passwords can be set for the operator and admin. Support videos and sessions are the same as the operator login. There are no differences on the settings screen. The features are the same as the operator login. In the RIP software, uploaded images are shown on the left. Selecting a file will display the image. To upload a file, insert a USB drive containing your files into the front of the printer and select Upload via File Browser. If you are connected over the network, Drag and drop the file to this location. In the drop-down box, select the print configuration you wish to use, based on your media type and required resolution. In the Size and Position section, you can adjust the image. Pressing the center square will center the image. Rotate and resize options are also available. Ink levels can be adjusted. The top selection adjusts all of the inks together. Individual slider bars for each color can also be used. The output settings can be adjusted if necessary. This includes DPI, profile, intent, and workflow. Normally, these settings are not changed. Clicking the gear icon in the upper right will take you to the output configuration screen. Here you can create new configurations, selecting the output settings you need for a particular job or media type. Under Profile, you will see a list of the ICC profiles available and have the ability to upload your own profiles. Under Printer, only the Duraflex is listed, and that will not change. Under Settings, you can create labels with different names and colors. This can be used to organize files in the RIP. The language setting is also changed here.